Welcome to Your Money Guides, brought to you by Interface Financial Planning.
This is Michaela's story, from zero to hero. It upsets Alan greatly when he hears of financial advisors turning less fortunate people away when they ask for help. They seem to believe that because the person who's asking for help has no money, they aren't worth helping. They seem to forget that we all started out that way. Alan has always taken a different view. His view is that if a person is a nice, decent person and he shares similar values, then his door is always wide open. As well as that, as a financial advisor, that's what he's supposed to do, advise on money matters. With that said, let's move on to Michaela, whom Alan met in May 2007 when she first went to him for financial advice. She was 35 years old. She'd never invested any money and had little or no savings. From the very start, Alan and Michaela got on well, and the one thing that really resonated with Alan was her positivity and determination to change. She was motivated too, and that motivated Alan to help her as best he could. He distinctly remembers her saying to him, "If you tell me to jump, all I will ask you is how high." Actually, writing that piqued Alan's interest to look at her portfolio once again, and it's now approaching £250,000. No, Michaela hasn't robbed a bank, won the lottery, or received an inheritance. In fact, this is a woman with an ordinary salary of around £25,000 and who lives on her own with no family support. 14 years after Alan's first meeting with Michaela, she is now someone who many advisors would love to have as a client, and yet they would have turned her away initially. Well, Alan's got something to say to them. Michaela isn't going anywhere. She's not only a successful investor with a bright future, but she's also become one of Alan's wonderful clients and he loves her to bits. Alan is sure you're wondering how she became a woman of wealth. Well, Michaela saw a vision of what her future could look like if she didn't take steps to secure her finances. She wanted a future where she was financially independent and didn't need to work to maintain her desired lifestyle. She didn't want to be rich, she just wanted to be comfortable, and Alan showed her how she could achieve what she wanted through careful money management and investment. Alan remembers one of the first comments that she made to him, which was, "I don't want to work until I drop. I don't want to be rich. I just want to be able to maintain my own standard of living and be able to stop working one day." He showed her how to control money so it stopped disappearing through a hole in the bottom of the bucket. Michaela applied the method to her finances, and guess what? Her financial bucket started to fill up, and she siphoned off some of it on a regular basis to invest. She's moved from an absolute novice to an experienced, savvy investor. If you're interested in Alan's bucket analogy, you can listen to his dulcet tones through YouTube, where he explains his concept. Just tune into his channel. It may well turn out to be the best 10 minutes that you've ever spent. Michaela doesn't have a partner or children. A couple of years ago, she realised she was becoming a wealthy woman. So she asked Alan to organise her estate planning. Sadly, and through no fault of her own, she is estranged from her family and didn't want her hard-earned cash to go to them if anything untoward was to happen to her. Following a meeting where Michaela explained to Alan exactly what she wants in depth, Alan completed her will, funeral plan, and registered her lasting powers of attorney. All of those important documents are stored securely and independently through Alan's agency, Countrywide Tax and Trusts. Michaela still works from 9 to 5 every day. She's really diligent too. And when Alan and Michaela first met, she took time off of work to come and see him. These days, she prefers a late afternoon Zoom meeting, so she doesn't need to take time off from work. The power of technology makes meetings so much easier nowadays. Next year, Michaela will be 50, and Alan is looking forward to her review because instead of her first comment when she discussed not wanting to work until she drops, Alan and Michaela can now start talking about when she can stop working altogether. Perhaps she can start by working just part-time for a while before retiring. Without doubt, Michaela is in complete control of her life, and it's a wonderful feeling for Alan, knowing that he's been instrumental in making it happen. The point is that it's never too early to plan. And even if you don't think you're earning much or you have no savings, there's plenty of time to make it happen for you too.
For more information, visit our website at interfacefinancialplanning.co.uk.